everyone to our Wednesday evening call. Depending on where you are in the world, it could be morning. So welcome everyone. Let me see who's here. And we've got a number of people, and let's take a look. All right, so let's see who's here. And first thing I'm going to cover, I want to make sure at first that everybody can hear me okay and see me. So you should see my camera, and just type a yes in the chat if you can hear me, hear and see me. Maybe I'll get a little bit more light on me. And there we go. It's getting a little dark here. Okay, good. I'm going to start off with a question that's in the Facebook group. So, oh, good. Glad everybody can hear and see. I'm going to start off with a question that came up in the Facebook group, which is a real good one. And let me first go back to here. Hello, everybody. Yeah, everybody, thanks for saying hi. So first thing I'm going to do is now, let me get this tab. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to first talk about this question that was posted in the group early this morning. And it's a good question. Let me go in here. Just bringing up the group. And okay, question was, not sure, okay. When selecting products, I stare at the product that can't actually identify pain points it could help solve. I'm wondering what is the approach. So not all products have pain points. So when in the ad copy training, so pain points, not everything has a pain point. So if you just have a piece of jewelry, it's not a pain point. But you want to discuss some sort of benefit for someone to have it. The whole exercise is to get you to think about how it's best to sell the product. So you want people to feel something. So if let me give you an example of what you don't want to do. So first, what does not work is, you just try 20 different products and you use the same ad copy. They might say, 50% off today, come and buy right now. This is really exciting, buy it right now. That just doesn't work. So what you want to do is to have something that will get people to feel something. So the whole purpose of that training is to get you to think and write at an emotional level. So you want people to feel something. So when we sell a product, there's two. Primarily, what you're going to do is highlight solutions and benefits. Now, if I'm selling, a cell phone accessory, that might solve a problem. There may be a pain point. It may solve a problem. It may, so that's one thing. So now if you're going to sell a piece of jewelry, you may want to describe it in a way that people feel something about that particular item that you're selling, rather than just saying, look at this cool, necklace and buy it right now, 50% off. You want people to feel something. So there's a difference between, so if I'm selling a product and all I do is say, let's, for example of a piece of jewelry, and all I say is, we're talking about selling products. So this is not the product selection. This is when we're selling the products. When we're selling the products, we need to write ad copy. So if we're going to sell, say if we've got this beautiful necklace or a bracelet, and all we do is say, it's sterling silver and it's 50% off today, versus describing how someone will feel wearing this beautiful necklace. Those are two different things. So people buy on emotion. So if you just, all you do is give logical features like it's solid, it's sterling silver, or if it's like an accessory or electronics, and you say, oh, it has the power bank has 10,000 milliamps of backup power. So I always use this illustration. So with power bank's a good illustration. So a power bank that recharges a phone, they have features. So it might have 2 USB plugs. It may have 10,000 milliamps. But I don't start when I'm writing the ad copy for the product. I am not going to start off with, hey, 10,000 milliamps, 2 USB sockets. But what I'm going to do is explain to people that, hey, with this product, you can keep your phone charged all day long. Oh, and that really gets in that. That's where people now start thinking, hey, that'll be great to keep my phone charged all day. So it's much easier to sell something where it's, hey, keep your, it's what I'm generally talking about is the ad copy itself. So if features are like capacity, size, color, weight, dimensions, but solutions and benefits are things that are more emotional. Oh, it's going to keep my phone charged all day. Oh, I won't miss a call when I'm at all day at Disneyland, and I'll be able to take photos take photos of my kids all day because my phone's charged all day. Those kinds of things are much better. So, but let me get back to exactly this this question again. So not all products fit a problem solving, somewhere there is a benefit for the person to buy the product. And so when you're selling a product, you need to be able to answer why someone is going to buy that product and why they're going to buy it from you. So the big question to answer, you need to in the product is to communicate why they should buy this product. So it was shared in the group. These 3 products, I asked for 3 products. So let's look at the first one. The first one is a messenger bag. So that's more of a personal, it's kind of like a bag or a purse or something. So you need to just, I'm not sure, I don't know who you would sell this to because I don't know what niche this would be in. But you would need to write, this doesn't, as far as I know, it doesn't solve a problem. It's just a cute bag, or it looks beautiful, or this fits into a particular niche. It looks like there's a couple different ones. There's a bunch of different ones. But when you're selling clothing, accessories, and things like that, it doesn't, it's not going to solve a problem, but you do need to describe the product in a way that it will make it appealing. So this is not a problem-solving type of product. So jewelry, T-shirt, print-on-demand items aren't problem-solving products. I don't recommend that you sell clothes and apparel when you're new to this, because selling apparel is very different. And one of the big reasons why I don't recommend apparel is because if you're ordering drop shipping from China, the sizes can be way off and the quality can be way off. Print on demand, that's fine. Print on demand, you're selling the design. Okay, and let me go to the next product. The next one is it's a QI. It's one of these wireless charging bases. Now that solves a problem. I can list a whole bunch of problems that solves, and solutions and benefits. Now, one of the things it solves is you no longer need to plug it. You don't have to, when you want to charge your phone, you just put it down on the charging base. In fact, I have these in my house because everyone in my family has a phone that supports wireless charging. In fact, on my nightstand, I have a wireless charging base. It's really, really handy because all I have to do is put my phone, I can take my phone and just put it down, and it's on top of the charging pad, and it charges. It also saves wear and tear on the charging port on the phone. And so some members of my family tend to be rough on these, and sometimes they stop working. So that solves a problem. It's a convenience item. So that's now I'm not recommending that you sell that particular item, because it's these days it's become a fairly common kind of thing. Let me look at the third item. Now, the third item is a backpack. So that doesn't really solve a problem. But the one that you posted here is actually kind of neat, because it's actually this one does solve a problem, because it's like one of these military style backpacks that it has a built-in rifle case. So this is this kind of thing that I would, if I were to promote this, and I'm not necessarily recommending it, but if I were to promote this, is the kind of thing where you can talk about this product. Hey, when you go to the range and you're gonna, shoot your rifle at targets, and you're going to be able to, it's all in one bag. And you don't have to carry, a separate bag for your rifle and a separate bag for your, this or that. So this actually is kind of a handy thing, because it will allow you to. It's a backpack, but it has a built-in rifle case, which is kind of handy. So now, Farida, I hope that answers your question about that. So not everything has a pain point in it. So that's just one way of selling a product, is using a pain point. It's not the only way. So, but we want, when you're selling a product, and you don't need to pick a product that solves a pain point. Now, the second one, you could bring out the second item and the third item. You could make that into a pain point, just depending on how you describe it. Especially with a wireless charging pad, that it's a convenience. It just solves the when you want to charge your phone, you don't have to take a cord and plug it in. It's just it solves that problem. It's much faster to start charging it. You're more likely to charge it. Okay, so Farida, I want to make sure I understand. I answer your question. So when you're looking at products, not everything will have a pain point. Apparel, jewelry, things like that. Those aren't. But those don't have. They're not solving a problem, and they don't have. But you want people to feel something about the product that you're selling, so they will. When you sell the product with ad copy that's more emotional, then it helps increase your conversions if you can do that with something emotional. Okay, so let me see the questions in here. Okay, yeah, we're talking about selecting products. Having trouble picking products. Areas I'm interested are not. Okay, so I'm not sure what. You'll need to let me know in here what you are looking to sell. How do clothes sell with like fashion? So I mentioned that earlier already about apparel. I don't especially apparel is a different kind of thing to sell. If you're now t-shirt sales, that's not t-shirts. But if you're trying to sell pants and dresses and blouses and shirts, and you're doing it from drop shipping from China, I recommend staying away from that because of the potential sizing issues, quality issues, and then apparel has lots of returns because the people will get it and they decide, oh, I don't really want this. Oh, or I want the size bigger. And now you've got to deal, there's a lot of returns that you need to deal with. So I recommend against apparel, especially when you're brand new to e-commerce. Okay, so first product from Penny. You sent me the first product. It looks like a neat thing. But where would you use it? I'm not sure where you would use something like that. Let's go to the second item. Yeah. So some of these I may ask for some context because I may not understand, who would potentially, who you're considering as a target audience. And the next item. All right, the second item. For number one, you're going to need to get this to make sure it works. And number two, it may be difficult to show what it actually does. You see you see what this does, but how are you going to demonstrate this product? That's my question for you. So I'm not sure. I don't know how I would do that. So let me see if you've got another item. Okay, Pete's got a Pete's shared his site. So let me take a look. Yeah, your site looks good. And that looks good. You're set up. Let me just make sure. Now your logo, you might want to go in, just find I'd recommend a logo. So you've got 2 words in there, and you've put them all one higher than the other. And so what that does is when I'm on a product page, then your logo takes up more space at the top. So I recommend a logo that's wide but short. So it's wide, not too wide, but it's wide and short. So I take those 2 words and put them on the same, make them on the same, same line. Don't have one above the other. And what happens when you look at these, like this theme and many other themes, when you look at products on a mobile device, if you have a tall logo, it takes up all the space at the top. And it's much more effective to have a smaller logo so it doesn't distract people from the product. So I'd recommend just putting these 2 words on the same level, and maybe just kind of find some obscure kind of logo or something just to put along with it. Other than that, it looks fine. Let me get back to this. And so, okay, Farida, useful products. That's most of what I sell are things people can use. I find that works extremely well. And then things that are easy to demonstrate. So I like things that are, I like them small because that's cheaper to ship. I like things that have a high, the perceived value is high, so it's small, but people perceive the value of it as more expensive, rather than having something big that people perceive as cheap. So if it's too big, it gets expensive to ship. So I'm always considering, when I'm going to order in bulk at some point, how am I going to, I have to consider the cost for shipping. So I like things that are small, not too reasonable. I want things that are on the smaller side. They have a high value, high perceived value, and easy to demonstrate. So things like, flashlights are more difficult to demonstrate because you have to be in the dark. And that's, I'm doing my video from my phone, then it gets a little difficult. If I have something I can demonstrate, like I just did I did another video, maybe a dozen scenes for a new product. and I did a demonstration, and I did it on the ground in my backyard next to a pecan tree. I just put my phone on a small tripod, and then just did the record. Well, I have a video camera, but I just put it on a small tripod, got it really close, and I did a demonstration of the product. Took me maybe 45 minutes to do all the scenes, and it was really easy to demonstrate the product. And I like things that are easy to demonstrate. All right, so to really understand a niche, to see what they really want and need for me to come up with a product quicker, what is your best way to collect that information? Well, so I typically start off, the niches that I sell in are usually groups of people that I understand. So like the product I did a demonstration of, it's actually, it's something it's something I've used long ago in the past, and but I kind of rediscovered it, and then I got one. I had one shipped here, and then and it just so happens this product is made in the United States, and I had it shipped here. Yesterday I did a demonstration. I went under in the backyard. It's kind of like a camping survival kind of thing, kind of more camping related. And then I did a demonstration, and I did a couple examples of how handy it is. It was really easy. I like things that are easy to demonstrate. So, but I usually sell things that I understand. So, I mean, kind of like the 3 areas I sell products is I like to go camping. I like camping, and I'm kind of a survival prepper kind of person, because I do, you know, I have things like water storage and food storage and things in case of I keep things in case of emergency, and my whole family's kind of that way. And then, so I sell things related to camping and survival. And then I also kind of like gadgets and things. And I'm kind of I like accessories for my phone. So I also sell cell phone accessories. So I'm dealing with a group of people that I understand. But one of the first products I sold, as far as a product, I didn't really completely understand. You know, when I first started selling, and I replied to you in the group the other day, and some of those things are exactly what I do. So if there's a niche that I don't understand, but I want to sell to them, then I'm going to go and find the stores that sell those products, and I'm going to spend some time looking at stores that are selling those products. I'm going to go to internet forums, and I'm going to spend some time there, maybe hours and hours, reading the questions and the things that people are talking about. So if you want to understand your niche, then you need to understand how they describe, because in some niches, they may have a slang that's different, and you want to speak to when you're writing your ad copy, you want to write to them in the language that they're accustomed to. I have a 4-wheel drive, I have a Land Cruiser, and there's a whole kind of niche, what's called overlanding. And maybe a lot of you have never heard of that before, but what overlanding is, it's a niche. It's not very big, but it's people that use 4-wheel drives to go on trips. But it's not just 4-wheel drives, but it's the kind of trips that overlanders go on. So for example, we'll take a trip to what's called the Arizona Strip. That's just north of the Grand Canyon. There's no there's no paved roads. There's no electricity, no cell phone service, no utilities, nothing. There's basically nothing but ranchers out there. And we'll go and we'll spend a week or so, and every night we'll camp in a different place. So the whole kind of overlanding, it's all about the journey, not necessarily destination, because we may do a whole, drive the whole length of the Grand Canyon on some very, very rough roads. But it's the journey is the point of the trip is the journey, and that's called overlanding, and it's vehicle based, kind of a vehicle. Anyway, you want to understand your niche, so you get in their Facebook groups, go to the stores, the online stores, and get on the email list, and you'll kind of start getting a feel for that group of people. in the Facebook groups and the online internet forums, you may find the kinds of things that people are looking for. Often, like I'm in a Land Cruiser forum, and I frequent it quite a bit because I'm looking for information about my vehicle. And someone, you'll see things. Someone will say, "Hey, I got this thing that really works well in my truck." But it's things like that. You can get ideas for products to sell. And my first niche that I ever sold in had several and still to this day have some very active online forums, and I actually participated in them, and that helped me even start the business, because I would help people answer questions and say, "Hey, oh, and by the way, you can buy it at this really cool store," which happened to be my store. So, their magazines, their stores, their blogs. That's how you get to know a niche. It's much easier if you pick a niche that you're somewhat familiar with, because then there's a lot less learning to go through. Okay, so Nathan has a product he wants me to take a look at. And okay, so now with this product, who why? I mean, what? I mean, it looks like a neat thing, but who is going to buy it? I mean, what is it for? What is it for? Why would someone buy that? Yeah. So it depends on what you're. I mean, there's so many uses for something like that. You need to have a pretty clear idea on why you're going to sell that. Okay. All right. My granddaughter always gets sun in eye, so parents can use these a lot. Oh, okay. All right. Now, the only thing is my only concern with that. Okay, so you'll need to do a demonstration of that, of course. So you'll have to come up with a demonstration of that, and something that will. So the challenge with any sort of product is with even with yours, Penny, is to come up with a sequence of scenes that will communicate what this solves in a way that shows that it's a compelling solution. Now, yeah, I kind of understand that now. Okay. Okay, I've come up with different product. Can you look inside my Dropbox? Okay. Okay, so for the first item, let me see. Well, the first item doesn't have a complete URL in it. I'm not sure how to get this first URL. It's not showing up completely. And the second one, I have to copy that. The first one, the URL has been truncated, and same with the third, and several of the others. It's been truncated, and it doesn't look like I have the ability to change the size of this. Okay, so the first item, so item number 1, item number 3, item number 6, item number 7, item number 8 don't have URLs. So if you can fix that. So I'm looking at item number 2 right now. Item number 2. Okay, that item is. I've tried selling that in the past. You could try it yourself, but I've always kind of struggled with just breaking even on it. It's a really great product, and I have many of these. But every time I've run it, I'll maybe lose a little money or break even. But by all means, go ahead and give it a try. Let me go look at item number 4. It's the next one that has a full URL. And let me go to that one. Number 4. So I mean, I've seen these. I actually bought one. I just don't know. I don't. You'll have to do a demonstration of it and give it a try. I'm not really sure. I guess if you're watching movies, that would be great. Otherwise, but it looks like a cool item. You'll make sure you look around and see if there's somebody else selling it for a lower price. But it does look like a very well-made item. Okay. So let me look at item number 5 is the next one. And this item has been sold with Facebook ads for probably the last 4 years. And it's like what I mentioned, it's something that adds an additional level of difficulty to demonstrate in the dark and effectively do video. But so I'll just let you know that that's the case, that this has been sold quite a lot over the years. Okay, let me look at I'm now at number 9 is the next one that has a full URL. And number 9. Okay, this is a niche that I don't know anything about, so it certainly looks like something you can demonstrate. That's going to be it depends on your knowledge of this particular niche. I mean, as long as this isn't, if this is just a common item you just buy anywhere, I'd probably recommend staying away from it. If there's something unique about this, but again, I don't know anything about this niche, but it definitely looks like something easy to demonstrate. Okay, let me look at your number 10. And number 10. And again, I don't know anything about this niche, so that looks like something you could easily demonstrate. So that's definitely easy to demonstrate. So let me see if you've got an updated spreadsheet here. Let me refresh this. Okay, yeah, I don't see any updates on this. So yeah, your Dropbox is a lot of those items are missing the full URL. Yeah, Penny, niche jewelry is great. I mean, the only jewelry I've sold a lot of jewelry with Facebook ads, but it's every piece of jewelry I've ever sold has been something related to a niche. I find that works extremely well. All right. Taking jewelry. Next question. Taking jewelry aside, I just would like to know when you look at a product for the first time, how can you know if it's useful or not? Well, that's typically based on your own experience. If I say, just for example, if I were, I go hiking, I go walk, I get exercise, but I don't do weightlifting or go to a gym. I stay in good shape, but I don't go to a gym. So if you were to ask me if I went around and looked at fitness equipment, I would have absolutely no clue what to sell because I don't understand that niche. It's the same thing. I would be, if I went into and looked at yoga accessories, I'd have no clue there. If I looked at sewing accessories, I would have no clue there either. I don't understand it. So I look at things that I sell things that I understand. So if I don't understand it, I may say I may know about certain things because of things my wife talks about. I may know about it, and if I'm on AliExpress and I see that, hey, that solves that problem, or that does this, that I've heard that is something needs to be done. I don't know about everything that's available. So you have to rely on your own, life experience for a lot of this. Otherwise, you're doing research. So it's understanding that. So if I wanted to sell a gym or weightlifting or fitness kind of thing, well, I'd need to go look around. If I saw something I thought was cool or really great on AliExpress, it would be important for me to understand what kinds of, I would have to do my research and understand the people I'm selling in order, I don't, if I find something on AliExpress, it may be just a common item that, people buy at whatever store. So you have to a lot of this is relying on your own life experience but just like I said, I don't know every single niche out there. I stick with things that I'm familiar with, and that's where I've seen the most success is when people stay, somewhere along the lines of something they understand. So I would have a real hard time selling a yoga item or something for people that do CrossFit or people that do weightlifting or do sewing. I would be totally lost if I were trying to sell something like that. I'd have to ask somebody. I'd get a couple things, and so if it was something related to sewing, I would have to go I'd ask my wife, hey, do you know somebody that does a lot of sewing? And I would have to get feedback from someone that understands that group of people. All right. So yeah, a lot of this is based on life experience. Okay, so my interest is health and supplements, baby apparel, jewelry, and tennis. So if I cannot use these, you can certainly use those. You can sell things related to your interests. Okay. Now selling supplements, that's something. If you're going to sell supplements, you want to build a sales funnel. So and then you need to come up with that's another. I'd recommend that you get understand your marketing and advertising before you start doing supplements right out of the gate. Things that are baby apparel, you want to source those in the United States or from a distributor in the United States that follows all the guidelines that are necessary. Jewelry, absolutely, you can sell that. That's perfect for if it's niche related. You can sell tennis if you find something that's related, but there's other thing. I know cell phones because I usually the things I sell related to cell phones are things that I use. One of my top selling cell phone accessory that I'm selling right now is something I use in my car every single day. And the other cell phone related items, my family uses them. One of them that I sell right now, I showed it to my wife and I got it for her and she just fell in love with it. And so I started selling it. Okay. So definitely the jewelry is there. And I don't know anything about tennis, but if you know about tennis and you find something that you think would work, then that's where you go. But so anything related to babies or children, those are highly, I don't want to say regulated, but there's standards for those items in the United States. Now, if you're going to have things that babies and children wear or play with up to the age of 12, there's standards in the United States that need to be followed. Okay. Yeah, Nathan, if you can get that spreadsheet updated with all the URLs. Okay, Sebastian, let's look at your first item. Yeah, it looks like something you could demonstrate, but it's my understanding things like this are available at a lot of places. I'm not sure. Is this something that's commonly? I see people when I drive to my office early in the morning. I'll see people with these. So let's see. Okay, let's look at the next one. Okay, so this item. Okay, so Sebastian, this item, I think I show this one in as an example in the training, and this particular item, myself, I've usually kind of break even or lose money on that. I mean, you can, by all means, you can give it a try. It's just not. It's yeah, you definitely found one at a good price. Let's take a look here. Let me take a look at this again. Okay. And yeah, so you might look, I know these are also, if you do a little bit of research inside of AliExpress, these are also available for shipping from the USA. All right. Okay, so let me go to the, and okay, so yeah, that is, I mean, that's a great item. It's a great item. You could give that a try, but there's a, this one I've struggled trying to make that profitable. But you can try it too. Okay, that was number 2. Yeah, you would need video. Yeah, Penny, I'm not sure which comment of mine would be for video. Henry, okay, so Henry, let me look at your store. So the first thing I'd recommend for your store is to use a .com, all right, not a .ca. And I mean, the store looks fine, and the only thing, I'm not familiar with this theme. There's a lot of copyright infringing product in here. I recommend against that in a big way. It's an easy way to get your store and ad account shut down, is by selling copyright infringing. I mean, if it's not infringing, if you have license for this, that's fine. But if you're not properly licensed for these items, that's a real fast way to lose your store and all your ad accounts on Facebook. If these are coming from AliExpress, they are almost certainly copyright infringing. And I would recommend a .com domain and not a .ca. The most important thing about these, I don't know what theme this is. It's not the theme in the training, but and yeah, this looks good. I just did simulated a mobile view of this, and it looks good. Looks good. It should look good on a mobile device. I would take out that like little triangle that shows up in the upper right hand corner that says sign up. I recommend taking that out. Okay. All right. Okay, so if I'm developing a new niche, I shouldn't be too hard. No, don't be too hard on yourself. So if you're trying to sell something and you're new to the niche, the important thing is to get to the, pick something and try selling it. So there's absolutely no way you're going to, hit a home run. I mean, it happens, but most people don't hit a home run on their first try. It's going to take some practice. Okay. So get something, do a demonstration, run an ad, and see what happens. Okay, Sebastian, number 5 here. Well, this looks like a neat item, but I think I can buy these at outdoor stores that sell, the main product. Right? Am I? You could, this is the kind of thing you can actually do. You could do a demonstration. So this may not be this may be pretty good. So what you could do is get it and test it. You could you could simulate rain and see and demonstrate the product. Okay, so that's, and that way when you do the demonstration, you'll know if it works or not. But the only, what I'm looking here, and it has sizes, and nobody, okay, I think, this a product that looks really great, but it has all these sizes, and people look at, when they click through your ad, and you say, hey, all these different sizes, they're not going to know which one to pick. I think that's going to make this not work, is that that nobody will know what size to pick. I don't know what other is. Okay, so that's my big concern here. I've seen products like this where when there's a lot of sizes, and it's not easy to know what size they need to buy. They may, if they have to go home and measure it, then you're not going to make the sale. That's the problem with that one. That's number 5. Yeah, Farida, you do need to understand the niche. So it's if I try to, like I talked about, if I tried to pick something for yoga, I would have no clue. If I tried to pick something for people that bake or cook, I mean, I make breakfast on Saturday and Sunday morning, but I'm not going to know about, I may make a pie once a year and cookies sometimes, but in general, I'm not going to know if somebody's, people that are really passionate about baking, I would have no clue what the kinds of things they would like. All right, so let me look here. Are there products made in the USA that you could recommend general suppliers? Well, you just go on into Google and find them. That's when I started doing e-commerce in back in 1999, and and that's what I still do to this day. If I'm looking for a distributor inside of the United States to buy from, then I will use Google. I'll just say, camping gear distributors or camping gear wholesalers. Now, those kinds of businesses are not like online stores where they just pop up and they're easy to find. They're there and you can find them. It's a little bit more research. Also, one of the best ways I found suppliers is to look at the exhibitor lists for niche-related trade shows. And I've found products in the USA, suppliers in the USA. All those things are easy to find. So if I, for example, every year in Las Vegas, they have what's called the SHOT Show, and that's all for hunting and shooting. I've never been to the trade show, but that you can look at their exhibitor list. I've been to the trade show in Vegas called the SEMA Show, and it's all about aftermarket car accessories. And it's everything from small parts to, full chassis and engines and all sorts of things. And so you can find the trade shows, and then you can look at the exhibitor lists on the convention websites. You can also search for distributors. There's lots and lots of apparel distributors, and everything you can imagine is available. It's just finding them. Now, if you're brand new to e-commerce, if you use okay, let me just start this out. The reason why many people start with using AliExpress, because it's very, very easy. You just buy it and drop ship it. You don't have to have a relationship with the supplier at all. So if you're going to use a wholesaler or distributor in the United States, then it's likely you will need to do things. You'll need to have a resale permit or a business license. But most cases they'll ask for a resale permit or what's called a sales tax permit. It's called different things in different states. The wholesalers and distributors want to just make sure that you are truly a retailer. And they'll often ask for a copy of your resale permit or your sales tax permit, whatever they call it in your state. It's not, and it's easy to get that also from your state. You just contact your state government and find out what you need to do to have one of those. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so number 7 for Sebastian. Well, okay, this looks like a really nice bag. What is, and I know I can buy things like this in the US. Why would someone buy this from you? So it looks really good, but what is the, why would they buy from you? And what's the, it's one thing to have one of these items. There's stores I can drive to, and they're probably more expensive. So maybe it's just, you can sell this because you're going to get a really great price. So this is the kind of item that you might want to buy in advance and try it out and see if it meets your expectations. All right. So there's definitely this audience is available on Facebook. All right. So yeah, all the same sort of things apply as far as a writing your ad copy, so it will resonate with that target audience. Okay. 1 second. Okay, let me go to the next one. Number 8. Yeah, number 8. I don't know anything about this niche, so you can certainly demonstrate it. So that's easy to demonstrate, definitely. All right, and okay. So you probably want to try it out yourself. Let me look at the next question here. And okay. Oh yeah, well, Steve brings up a good point. Yes, you need to be very careful of selling supplements on Facebook and anywhere else. So even selling supplements is something completely different. You need to read the Facebook ads policy. It does not prohibit it, but they reserve the right to not sell that. So supplements are kind of a different thing to sell. And you need to be careful no matter what, because now you're dealing with also the FDA. You can't make any particular claims and a whole list of other things with supplements that you need to follow. Okay, thank you, Frank. Now the picture's clearer. Okay, Penny has an item here, but it's missing. I'll see. I think I can get the URL here. Okay, so I'm familiar with this product, but I'll just tell you right now, I've seen multiple people try this in the bicycle niche, and it has not. There's just not interest there. So just letting you know that I've seen multiple people actually try this, even with some really good ads, and it just didn't work. Okay. Let's see. And that was yours, Penny. And Sebastian, number 3. Yeah, that looks like a really cool item. You could certainly demonstrate that. You could give that a try. Absolutely, yeah. That's you could definitely. It's easy to demonstrate. Okay, let me go to. Yeah, that was number 3, Sebastian. Penny. Well, Penny, you could try a piece of jewelry without a video, but I found video to work well if you do, like anything else, if you do a good ad, it will usually outperform the image. So Penny, is that what kind of, is it like a necklace? Is it earrings? Is it a bracelet? Okay, Penny, can we use description? Can we use description from AliExpress products? You can, but however, it's too many times they have incorrect English and grammar. So I recommend rewriting any description that's used for a product that you're advertising. And then there's training in the members area on how to apply the ad copy into your product description. So the words that you have on your product page make a big difference in your sales. If you just have Chinese that's translated into English, it's not going to be nearly as good as writing some good product copy. And you just use your, just put, and there's training about putting your sales copy as part of the product copy. Now, if you fill up your store with a whole bunch of products, I don't recommend spending a whole bunch of time fixing everything. Just fix the things that you're selling with some ads. So if you're putting together a video and an ad, definitely put a lot of time and work into making those sales pages look really good. But if you're not running an ad to it, just make it really brief. You don't have to have much there. If you're not, only when you're running an ad to it do you want to really put a lot of time. The rest of them that don't have ads going to them, just keep them simple, but definitely remove things that don't fit and are have bad grammar. You might just even be better to have it just short and sweet and correct than have a lot of content that is has bad grammar. All right. Okay, so Frank, if I understand, if everything is from AliExpress is fine, sure, it's perfectly fine. Oh no, okay, so copyright, no, okay. If it's like if you're selling something that is Superman and it's from AliExpress, that's definitely copyright infringement. If it's Star Wars on AliExpress, that's copyright infringement. If it's a football team on AliExpress, that's copyright infringement. That is, you are jeopardizing your store and your ad account by having AliExpress products that have USA copyrights, because there's no licensing going on there. Those are counterfeit products. So if you find a Gucci bag on AliExpress, that's counterfeit. If you find Nike shoes, those are counterfeit. If you find a Chinese brand of something, but if you see something for a football team, a basketball team on AliExpress, that's counterfeit. If it's Star Wars or Iron Man or Superman or My Little Pony or something, that's all counterfeit on AliExpress, and that's I do not recommend that. You need to find licensed distributors in the United States and source it from there. Penny, is America generally higher in costs? Well, okay, so if you buy from a distributor in the United States, it will be more expensive. People will get it faster, and the shipping is more expensive. Yes, it's more expensive. And that's the big attraction to doing the AliExpress also, because the shipping is cheaper from China to the US than it is from California to Arizona for many, many things. And now when you're scaling, when you find a proven product, you definitely want to look at bringing that product in the United States and seeing if you can sell it from here, because that will work. Things will work much, much better getting in. And you'll get a lower price when you buy it in bulk. And Henry, you cannot get a license for those products that you have from AliExpress. You can't. Those are all counterfeit products. You cannot get a license for them. When you look on AliExpress, then have sometimes different offers, like a coupon. No, I just totally ignore the coupons. I've been using AliExpress so long, it seems like everything has a coupon and a discount price, and they pretty much, the prices stay the same. So yeah, I don't even see the coupons or the sales price at all anymore. Okay, so yeah, Penny, that jewelry. Yeah, so give those a try. You could try it with an image. So things with that's pet related may be more difficult to do it with. The best thing you can do is try it. Okay. Steve says, got to run. Thanks, Frank. All right. Sebastian, also if you look on link 3, you can see coupon. Like I said, any sort of coupon codes, I don't even see them anymore. I'm just completely, I just look at the price, because the coupons, they're just temporary. You usually have to buy a certain amount of them from a certain place to get that. So I don't even look at the coupons. Okay, so Sebastian, so when you look at, just like we do on our stores, I put the retail price is $59 and I'm selling it for $29.95. They're doing the same thing on AliExpress. They say they show their high price and their low price. They're doing exactly the same thing. Generally speaking, I see the low price just stays there all the time. And they may say it expires in 3 days, but then in 3 days they just set it for another 3 days, and then in 3 days another 3 days, and so on and so on. The prices, rarely do I see prices go up and down, on a daily, maybe over a year it'll go up like 20 cents or something. But my experience with pricing on AliExpress, they're doing the same thing that we do. I show a full retail price, and I'm never going to sell it for that price. And I just show the low price. I got the high price and the low price, but I'm always selling at the low price. The same AliExpress sellers do exactly the same thing. Okay, Penny, are there separate landing pages instead of straight Shopify site product listings? Not on Shopify. So usually you're just going to do, I'm not sure what you're asking. So when you're selling a product on Shopify, you're going to do a product page, just like what you see right now in your store. If you're going to do landing pages and funnels and things like that, I'd recommend using ClickFunnels. There are Shopify add-ins that do that, but my experience with those is they're just as frustrating as ClickFunnels, but they don't perform as well. Yeah. So, okay, Sebastian, I've got another number 1 here. Okay, number 1. Okay, I've seen this. Somebody else shared that, I think, or was it you? But this is, something for number 1 here is, isn't this a fairly common item that I can kind of buy just about at a lot of places? That I don't know. I'm just saying that this looks like something I've seen that's fairly common. Okay, and let me look at your number 2. Oh wait, there's just one product in there. Okay. All right, so Henry says, okay, thanks, Frank. Okay, Penny says, so if there are 8 products on a page, no, you only have one okay, a collection on Shopify has multiple products on it. Your product page has one product. Now, at the bottom, it may show related products down at the bottom, but primarily a product page only has one product on it. And just, maybe the bottom has some other things showing related. So when you run an ad for a product, you send them to that product page. So, if I'm if I'm selling an accessory for my phone, the ad shows the accessory. When they click on the ad, it takes them to that specific accessory page. It does not go to a collection. It goes to that. You get an ad for one product, goes to the page for one product. Okay. All right. Okay. That's just loading the front page of the store is only to make just so your store looks like you're already in business. That's the only point of that. There's just basically 8 products just to fill some space so your store doesn't look empty. That's the only purpose of that. Then you need to go and find your other products. Sebastian says, okay, Sebastian. Okay, I want you to share that product, the URL for that. Which is it? Number 1? I don't know what you're talking about, a coupon. So share that product again in the chat. I don't know what you mean by a coupon. I see coupons on products, but you have to buy stuff in order to get those coupons. It's just they're not just there for the asking. Okay, so let me take a look here. I don't see a coupon on this. I'm looking at this one that you shared, and I don't see a coupon. No coupon. No, I see a price $39.95, and then it's discount price. That's just what I just explained. So it's just like what we do on our stores. They put a high price in there, and then they show a discount price. I do the same thing on my store. They're just trying to make you feel like you have a bargain. That's what I was talking about. For me, when I look at the product, it says $13.98 is the price. And then, but it's, with shipping, it's $17.14 on that product. I'm not sure what your question is. I don't see a coupon here. So just like AliExpress is a lot like, if you're setting up a product, it's just like Shopify. In Shopify, I can put the full retail price of $39.95. And then I can show, hey, but your discount price is you can get it today for $13.98, and that's what they're doing. I do the same thing on my store. So I'll have a product, I sell it for $29.95, and I'll say, oh, the full price is $59.95, but today you can get it for $29.95. They're doing the same thing on AliExpress that we do in Shopify. Does that answer your question? Yeah, that's all they're doing. They're just showing a dummy high price. Did I answer? Sebastian, is that what you're asking for? So yeah, it's a $39.95 and the 13. There's no coupon on that page that you shared with me. I don't see a coupon. It's my price. If I buy it, I can get it for $13.98 plus $3.16 e-packet. And so I'll add this to my cart, but I don't have a coupon on this product. And I'll go look at my cart, and there it is at $13.98 plus $3.16. So I will look at the discount price. Yeah, you look at your the price you pay for it is what the price you look at. Okay, so all right, like I said, inside of AliExpress, it says just completely ignore how many days that will last, because I've never seen the price go back up to the full price. So you say, so I will look at the discount price. The discount price is the $13.98 is your price. Okay, that's the price you're going to pay for it. Okay, so they're doing the same thing we do on Shopify. So I'll go in there and I'll say, hey, it's the price is $59.95, but your discount price is $29.95. And I'll say something, limited inventory, buy today, that kind of thing. So that's the same thing that they're doing on AliExpress. My guess is that will always stay $13.98. And mine says it's going to change in 4 hours and 45 minutes. I have countdown timers too on my store that says it's going to go back up, but it never does. And I've never seen it go back up on AliExpress. In the many years I've been doing AliExpress, of course there's exceptions, but generally speaking, it stays stable. You're going to pay for that. You're going to get the discount price likely forever. The $13.98. That's the price you're looking at. That's what you pay. The numbers. Right. Obviously none of us have control of the pricing on AliExpress. They can go up and go down. However, there's always most of the time when you're selling a product, and I've had this many times, where I'll have a seller and I'm selling a lot of this product. All of a sudden the seller raises my price or does something tricky like that. I just go find another supplier on AliExpress and get it from them. Okay. All right, I just noted when I open my Shopify on my phone, the background is totally black. My logo has black type also. Can you share with me the URL of your store? So I can see what you're talking about. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to send this to my phone and take a look. Okay, I'm going to send it to my phone and take a look at your site and see what you're. Okay. Let me take a look. And okay, I couldn't reach the mute button fast enough. Okay, let me take a look at your site. Okay, so you need to. I'm looking at your store on my mobile. So let me get back here to the page. So you need to pick a different timer style because the timer is stacking. So pick a different timer style in there. Other than that, it looks fine to me. Just pick a different. What do you call it? You say logo has black type. Yeah, your logo has the first word is black, and the next two are red. That looks fine. The only thing I see that you need to change is the timer style. Go in and change it to a different type. What kind of Penny? What kind of phone do you have? I'm on an Android, so uh, I want you to. Can you post a screenshot? I'm not sure how you're going to post a screenshot. Try to. I don't see it. It looks. I'm not going to show your store, but your store looks fine here, except for the. Or which web browser are you using on your phone? I'm gonna go. I'm in Chrome too. I think you've got. I'm wondering if there's something in Chrome. Open in Chrome. I'm gonna open mine in Chrome, and it's not doing that. It looks great. The only thing I see wrong is the. I think there's something else going on your phone. It looks great to me on my end, except for you just need to pick a different countdown timer. I'm going to simulate a mobile device on the desktop also, and it looks fantastic. You just need, all I can see here is you need to change your timer style. Well, just what I'd like you to do, it's easy to change that. Just pick one and take a look at, see what it looks like. I think you've got some, I do see this, if you look, I think this might be what's doing it right here. I don't have a preference. Yeah, just pick the timer that looks good. There's this code that's showing up. Excuse me. At the bottom of your description, like some extra HTML has gotten somehow in your theme or somewhere, and you might need to contact Shopify support. That should not be showing up, and that may be causing that problem with the black backgrounds. You might want to call up Shopify support and ask them about that. So that code, this is part of some HTML code. And that should fix it. Let me know if that fixes it. Just pick any other timer that looks good, that you like, that looks good. Just make sure it looks good on mobile. And that's important. Everybody else that's here, make sure you check your site, especially the product pages on a mobile device, and make sure it looks good. All right, anybody else before we go? I usually do free shipping. I just have a product recently. I decided I wanted to make some more money on it, and I did not advertise. One second here. Okay, so I had a product, but I did not advertise it as free shipping. I did say that I did not put that in the ad. And I've been selling it for a long time, and I decided I wanted to make some more money on it. So I added a small shipping charge. So it's just, it added another 10% in, in gross sales. Which video? It's the, I'll have to look in there, but there's a whole section, there's a place in there that says, let me take a look here. I think I have it. I was just in the members area today, and let me take a look. Okay. Okay. Well, there's a section, if you look at the row on the left-hand side, there's a section that says product to ad copy, and that's where it is. That's the place, that's where it is. So it's where it says product to ad copy. And there's 4 different videos that are related to that. Okay, and do you use banner on store page about free? I don't put any banners on my store at all. It's inside of product ad copy. There's offers. I recommend watching all 4 because it goes through the whole process of writing your ad copy. There's offers, not products, ad copy setup, and ad copy product copy. So if your ad copy product copy is for using your ad copy in your sales page, and I recommend watching all of those. They're not really very long. Well, you need to have the product copy written first because it's the ad copy Shopify product copy you need to have your ad copy before you write the product copy. All right, it's really simple. So it's actually really simple to do the ad copy as well. So you do your ad copy first, and it's best to do your ad copy before your video because you're going to use those bullet points as your call outs. And then you take that ad copy and then you kind of meld it into your product copy. So you put all your, like if it's a consumer type item, all your solutions and benefits and all the like emotional kind of like you would have in your ad copy is going to be at the top, and all your specifications and features and things like that will be way down at the bottom. All right. Anything else? Anything else? All right. Unless there's some more questions, we'll go. Okay. Okay. So if you're brand new to this, you need to be doing at the very beginning. You're kind of doing 2 things at the same time. You got to get your store set up and start picking products, and then get those products. Once you've decided what products you want to promote, get a few of them on their way to you so you can get them in your hands and make your first video and then try it out. See how well that product works. So that's it. Yeah, you need the store to collect the money. You need the product to make the sales, and then but you need a video and you need to write your ad copy, and then that's it. That's the next step. All right. Anything else? Any other questions? All right. I'm not seeing anything else. It's been a good call. Almost an hour and a half of great questions and great products. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. I think just make sure you please use the Facebook group. That is the place for asking. It's not just every Wednesday. Make sure you use the Facebook group to ask any questions. More than happy to share and answer anything in there, and other members may answer the question too. But definitely, Facebook group is ongoing. I check it all the time. All right, everybody, have a great week. Look forward to all your fantastic questions in the Facebook group, and everybody have a great weekend.